buyers, listen up. This one's for you. You ever walked into a dealership thinking they can magically make any deal happen? Well, there's one misconception almost every car buyer has, and understanding it could completely change the way you negotiate your next vehicle. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you what that one thing is and how you can be prepared for your next car buying experience. Hey, what's up, crew? It's Patrick of the Hot Topic Podcast. Today's Wednesday, July the 15th, and it's time for another question of the day. Let's see what chat has in store for us. Hey, chat, do you have a question for me today?
Yeah. What's the biggest misconception car buyers have about how much flexibility a dealership really has in a deal?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Obviously, there's some flexibility depending on your dealer relationship. There's a lot of factors that go into that. But let me just talk about the one thing that seems to be the biggest hurdle in any car deal, and it's generally around the trade. Typically, your trade value and what you owe on the vehicle are two different things, and that's a big misconception with a lot of people. And what we have is something called negative equity, or if you're upside down on your trade, and that's often the case, is where does that money go? How does it get dispersed and how does it get handled? So a lot of dealers will tell you that they'll handle it. And I'm using air quotations here. What do you mean by handle it? Well, that is generally an indicator that a lot of people just assume that the dealer is going to eat or take care of that negative equity. And that's not the case. Dealerships don't eat negative equity. That's something that is really on you as a consumer. So let's just break this down. So let's say, for example, you come in with your trade in, and now your trade in is worth $25,000 to the dealership, but you still owe, let's say, $30,000 on your trade. So we have $5,000 worth of negative equity that we have to be able to figure out how are we going to structure this in the deal to be able to get you either a payment that you're looking for or an out the door price, depending on how you purchase your vehicles, right? So we've got a $5,000 windfall that we somehow have to take care of. The biggest misconception is, again, that the dealership just takes care of that. That doesn't happen. Okay. Our car deal is simply simple math. It is, what does the car dealership want for their car? What are they willing to give you for your trade in? And that's what's called a trade difference. Now we have to figure in if we have any negative equity that we're rolling into the deal, and then is that going to, are all those numbers going to work out in your favor to be able to get you a payment that you're budgeting for? Okay. So again, the biggest misconception is that dealerships just wipe clean negative equity. And even though some dealerships will make you think that, that's simply not the case. They're rolling that right back into your loan or possibly asking for that in a down payment depending on your credit. And again, there's so many factors that go into every aspect of the car deal. But to answer the question, the biggest misconception is the negative equity or the windfall, if you will, and how dealers handle that. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And until tomorrow, Thursday, July the 16th, we'll talk to you then.